grew up in Laurel Canyon. My mom and dad split up when I was so young. I didn't get to spend the kind of time with him that I think either he or I would have liked. But since I've had Sadie, he's spent a lot more time down here, which has been really nice. I know my grandfather's first name. His name is Paul Applegate. Now, my grandmother, I never met. We know she died young, and my father never knew her. I think I want to go on this journey because I've watched my father be in a lot of pain of not knowing who he is. Today, my father is driving down from up north in Northern California, so I can move forward and open up this book and close this book for him.
Believe it or not, this is my birth certificate.
Aha. Okay, so Lavina Shaw was your mother, and Paul Applegate, which we knew.
Yeah.
Is the mother married to the father? Yes.
Okay.
And the address is 522 Market Street, Trenton, New Jersey. Paul and Lavina, from what it seems, never actually lived together. So what happened there? This is the big mystery. Why were these two people not together? Why my grandparents made the decision to have my father live with his grandmother? I really hope to find that out. So now I'm heading to the New Jersey State Library to meet with family law professor Meredith Shawlick. I'm really hoping she can help me decipher the information in these court documents related to my grandparents' marriage.
So what we don't have a copy of, but what I know from reading these documents, is back in the beginning of 1945, they divorced. At that time, the judge awarded custody to your grandmother. And Paul filed with the court asking for custody of your father. So this is what we have, is the most complete statement from Paul about what's going on and why he thinks he should have custody.
Okay, all right. In answer to my former wife's petition for alimony and counsel fees, I say that I have read her petition and affidavit, and the contents thereof are not true. So my grandfather goes on to say that although he agreed to divorce, he was still very much in love with my grandmother and hoped to reconcile. Paul claims that one night, Lavina asked him to pick up their son and take him to her apartment while she was out. So Paul says he waited for her there until early morning, at which time Lavina allegedly came home in a drunken stupor. So clearly, they were still having relations, according to my grandfather.
So this is Lavina's side.
This is Lavina's side to the whole thing.
That's right.
So Lavina refutes Paul's accusations. Then she alleges that my grandfather was always drunk and threatening, and that he never contributed to their baby's welfare. She asserts that she was a good mother, that she's never been in a drunken stupor, and that in my dad's 2.5 years of life, the bout of pneumonia was the only time he was seriously ill.
So this is
The final order.
Final order from
This is
June.
June 1945. After reviewing both sides, this is what now the judge has come to an agreement
That's
about.
right.
After duly considering the petitions, it appears that the defendant has failed to show that the petitioner is unfit and unqualified to retain custody of the infant child, and that his welfare is best served by remaining in the custody of his mother. He said he never knew his mother, and yet he lived with her for all of these years. Okay.
Unfortunately, this is the last court order that we were able to find. There could be lots of reasons why there aren't any other court orders. You know, they could be lost. It could have been a private arrangement. The other thing is that Lavina may have passed away, and that could be why. So I think that we can go next door to the state archives, and I think we might be able to find out when your grandmother passed away if there's a death certificate.
She died of pulmonary tuberculosis and cirrhosis of the liver due to chronic alcoholism. March 30th, I guess, 1955.
Okay. Well, I know it wasn't all the answers that you wanted, but I think it gave you...
I know that we can't find the whys.
Unfortunately.
But at least, you know, my father can know that her death wasn't something, you know, brutal, and that she just died of a disease. She died of a really bad disease. I have asked my father to come here to Trenton so I can sit down with him, and I know some of the story is going to be really difficult for him to hear. Your mother passed away in 1955. She was 33 years old. You were 13 years old.
I thought I was younger. Is there any good in here anywhere?
Yeah. Want me to tell you what the good is?
I'd like to have a moment
right.
of happiness, yeah.
Here's the good, Dad. The beauty of this is that you can be incredibly proud that you broke the pattern and that you raised all of us
Yeah.
with giving us strength and intelligence and talent. This is the good part of the story.
Well, that's good enough for me.
Yeah.
Thank you.
As dark as it is, there will be on the other side of this a man who's 70 years old who knows who he is and he knows where he came from. And I really, really hope that at the end of the process, he really sees what a miracle he is.